The sun was sinking low over the dusty plains, washing the horizon in gold and fire, as the small town of Dustvale prepared for another quiet night. But for the Miller family, peace was already a stranger. Inside a crooked wooden house at the edge of the ranch, a frail man sat coughing beside a dying fire, his debts piled higher than the wood in his hearth. His daughter, Lila Miller, stood at the window, her eyes fixed on the horizon. She had heard the rumors that the rich cowboy from the Blackridge estate was coming today. They said he rode a black stallion faster than any wind, that he never smiled, and that his name alone made ranchers tremble. Colt Maddox, the man who owned half the valley and wasn't afraid to claim the rest. Lila's hands trembled as she tightened her father's blanket, whispering, "Papa, maybe he'll understand. Maybe he won't take the ranch." Her father gave a bitter laugh that turned into a ragged cough. "Men like him don't understand, girl. They collect what's owed." The sound of hooves outside froze her breath. Colt Maddox dismounted with the slow confidence of a man used to command. The dust clung to his boots. His wide-brimmed hat shadowed his sharp eyes, eyes that had seen too much loss and carried too much power. When he knocked, the door trembled. Lila opened it, clutching her apron like a shield. The first thing Colt noticed wasn't the poverty of the place. It was her, the way her auburn hair caught the dying sunlight, the defiance flickering in her eyes, like a candle refusing to die. He removed his hat. "Evenin', I'm here about your father's debt." His voice was deep, steady, like distant thunder. Lila swallowed hard. "I know why you're here, Mr. Maddox. My father, he's been sick. If you could just give us time." Colt finished, stepping inside. "Time don't pay bills, miss." Her father looked up, guilt in his tired eyes. "Mr. Maddox, I promised I'd pay. The cattle died, and the winter." Colt cut him off gently. "I ain't here to drag a sick man out of bed, but a deal's a deal." Lila stood between them now, her small frame trembling, but her chin lifted. "Then take me instead," she said suddenly. The words fell like stones. Even her father gasped. Colt's expression didn't change, but something flickered behind his eyes. Surprise. Maybe even pity. "Take you?" he repeated quietly. "I didn't come to take people, miss." "You came to take everything?" she said, her voice breaking. "Thou take me. I'll work for you. I'll do whatever it takes to pay his debt." For a long moment, Colt said nothing. The fire cracked outside. The wind whispered through the pines. Then he set his hat down and said softly, "You got spirit, but you don't know what you're offering." "I know exactly what I'm offering," she whispered. "A chance to save my father." That was when he saw the tear slide down her cheek. Not the tear of fear, but of love. It did something to him, something he hadn't felt in years. Without a word, he turned to her father. "You'll keep your land. I'll take her with me. But she works for her own will, not as payment." Lila's father tried to protest, but Colt raised a hand. "You owe me nothing now. He turned to Lila, extending his hand. "Come with me." Her heart pounded so hard she thought it would burst. She glanced back at her father, who nodded weakly. "Go, Lila. Maybe the good Lord sent him." With trembling fingers, she placed her hand in Colt's. It was warm, strong, and steady, like it belonged there all along. He led her outside, where the night air was cool, and the stars had just begun to scatter across the sky. His horse snorted softly as he helped her up. As they rode away, the little cabin grew smaller behind them, swallowed by the dark. Lila didn't know where she was going, but something in Colt's silence told her it wasn't to hell. Maybe it was to something she'd never known. A new beginning. The ride was long and quiet. The moonlight traced silver over the open plains, and Lila finally asked, "Why did you do it? You could have taken everything." Colt's jaw tightened. "Maybe I already got too much." "And now you're taking me," she said softly. "Maybe," he replied, glancing at her. "You're taking me." The story of a debt became the story of two broken souls bound by chance and a whisper of fate. And that night, under the vast sky of Texas, began a journey neither of them could have imagined. One that would test pride, love, and redemption itself.